Hello everyone and welcome to another history video. So today we're taking a look at blue-white control deck in historic format. So this is unironically going to be a traditional blue-white control deck. I don't usually play these kind of decks, but ever since the counterspell unban, I've been kind of itching some counterspell action. So we're just kind of going around just playing a bunch of counterspell decks. Hope you guys don't mind because I feel like control decks have been pretty bad in historic format for the longest time. So I mean, you guys probably seen a lot of different decks already from this channel, and with the Edge of Eternity coming, things probably are going to change quite a bit. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this deck. This is a blue-white control deck that is playing 2 copies of Brain Surge. So this is a card that I haven't really played with from Modern Horizons 3, just because, you know, counterspell hasn't really been legal in historic, so control decks didn't really exist until this point. And in Timeless, you always see Brainstorm instead, so there was no room to play Brain Surge. But in Historic, it could be pretty good. It could be pretty good. I'm just trying it out. So that's going to be a way we can use to transform the Tamiyo on opponent's turn as well. And the upside here is that compared to Brainstorm, you draw 4 instead of 3. And the ways we can shuffle, we're playing 3 copies of Field of Ruin and 2 copies of Lorien Revealed, so that once you Brainstorm, put those 2 cards back, we can shuffle it away using these cards. But outside of Brain Surge, we also have a lot of ways of drawing a card, such as Reprieve. We also have Kolim to draw a card. We even have a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. And you could even Archmage Charm on your turn, draw 2 cards, and transform immediately. And lastly, the reason why we're playing 3 copies of Kolim is that there's some blue-white High Noon decks out there. So Kolim is going to come out as a threat that you can bypass High Noon. So this is going to be our end game, along with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, to end the game. So honestly, I think this deck will be pretty decent. So we'll see how this one does. So thanks for that, I'm going to be hopping over to some History Best of 3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop over. Alright. All right. Esper. Okay, so I should have actually shocked this in, right? Okay, opponent got rid of the wrong spell. So we're playing against a Sorin deck. It's Ophelia. Pretty bad, actually. Ooh, Fragment Reality. That's really good. So we can Fragment Reality. Oh, it's an Unearth. Opponent shocks it in. Diviner Fates. I think I played against this player before. We keep taking the damage. Monument. I am going to just reprieve this, I believe. Prismatic Ending. Okay. And we'll Kaleem. So this requires a blue source, so I have to actually shock this in. I can't play the Field of Ruin yet. So we'll have a Kaleem plus a counter spell. I could have actually Kaleemed first and then Reprieve so that we're one card, you know, deeper. But the problem with that play is that Yeah, the problem with that play is that they're still in the second main phase. So I think we just let this go. I mean, I can Fragment Reality in response. I think I am going to do that. They got a Psychic Frog. We'll just Prismatic Ending the Psychic Frog here. So we are almost there. Counter target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. And then we'll get rid of a Psychic Frog. I mean, if opponent's doing okay with this deck, it must be decent. It must be decent.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
So what does it say? Return her to battlefield transformed under her owner. Okay, so I can't just Brain Surge and transform the Tameo. So that's not gonna work. Lauren revealed. I don't think I can let them draw that many cards here. Boom. So I think I'm going to Brain Search. Draw the Kaleems. Shuffle away the Juggernaut. And probably pass like this. They keep looking at their graveyard. They must have an Unearth. Am I going to take 2 damage? I think we are. And we're gonna put an upkeep stop. And we're gonna Field of Ruin. Shuffle away the Juggernaut. Saiba Siphoner. Get back that card to transform the Tameo. I can't really stop this Lauren reveal from happening, so I'll just kill the Tameo in response. I mean, I could draw that, but I would really like, you know, some other spell right now. I'm gonna draw. Nice. So opponent plays a cameo. So I can't really attack at the moment. I guess we're just creating a bunch of dudes now. Pretty close game. That's not a bad one. I'm gonna pass one more turn. Another lore revealed. It's pretty good. My opponent's drawing more than a control deck. Where's my Teferi? I guess I can start attacking, maybe? So opponent's gonna attack. I guess it's better to block this. They're gonna fatal push. Okay, plan backfired. Back to square one. March. Does Kaleem just needs to attack twice? How do we do that? I can't really stop. Okay, so does that mean these are all lands? Could be. How do we attack a bunch of times? So I guess we get rid of a Juggernaut here. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage. Then we attack. And then I guess we're gonna Prismatic Ending. So this Kaleem just needs to attack one more time, and we are good to go. Nice. So Tishana's Tidebinder seems okay. Definitely doesn't seem too bad. I'll have one copy of a Graveyard Hate. Maybe a Hallowed Moonlight for opponent's Unearth. I'll have 2 copies of Stern Scolding. So Brain Search actually was pretty decent there. I don't want to get rid of these. I guess it has to be like a Snapcaster Mage. I mean, I can't bring all these in, you know? So I guess no to Hallowed. And we're gonna have to cut one more card. Let's cut a Fragment Reality. Alright, we have an early Tamiya with the Reprieve up. Alright, we don't have an early Tamiya with the Reprieve up. Okay, opponent brought a Surgical. Probably for Kulim. Right? And the opponent also shocked it in. Could be like a cycling card. Sure. That's a -1 card. We love to see that. And it didn't even hit our Kulim, which is fantastic. Yeah, they basically started with one less card. They just... I don't know why they did that. They could have waited for my, maybe, Snapcaster Mage, but... yeah, I don't know why they decided to Surgical there. I think that was a mistake. They have another one! So they just have one less card the entire time. What? Okay, opponent just started with 2 less cards? Okay, opponent. These 2 Surgicals basically meant that opponent started with 5 cards in hand. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. This is actually perfect because we have a lore revealed.
No! I'm late for class!
I probably want to have a land. Actually, I'm getting a land from lore revealed, so this probably works out.
I will protect this library with... Use your words.
Yeah, honestly, Tamio with the Brain Surge, pretty sick combo. Pretty sick combo. I guess I could top deck. Oh no, 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 no. They actually exiled both my prismatic endings. Right. Ooh.
Respect the library.
So I mean, I could just take the hit from the Diviner Fates. There's a Juggernaut in there. I could just pass. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Brain Surge in the deck. I think that's really sick.
Don't underestimate me.
Do they have another surgical maybe? They're looking at my graveyard. It's a Monument of Endurance. Counter that.
Think before you act.
I could just run this out as a blocker.
This is an interesting story.
Side by Siphoner. They're gonna get back a surgical. Sure. Maybe I want to just march here. Yeah, let's just actually march. Get rid of this nonsense. Honestly, opponent's taking so much L with this surgical play. Went down on so many cards. Does this put it to your graveyard? So this one puts it into your hand. So they're gonna take away the Divine Purge here. Me not playing the Stone of Eric actually made things a little bit awkward, right? But my Tammy was gonna be ulting, so I think at least that's a good news, right?
Violence is not the answer.
Unless it's a counter spell. Okay. We have a game. The Tammy is going to be taking 3 damage. Necrotic Wound.
Aggression is unbecoming.
A Psychic Frog, very good draw. I'm going
Respect the
to
library.
exile. I'll play the Juggernaut. So they just have to ram this in. Okay, so this is their final attempt, and I'm actually surprised. Why did they get rid of this instead of a Cyber Siphoner?
Clearly, you're not here to learn.
Oh, what a draw. What a draw there. Speaking of draws, our draws are kind of poor, isn't it? I mean, I guess we just deal damage.
I am not defenseless.
It's 13 damage, you know. Wow. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Might have to actually minus Tamio for a removal spell. I'm not even sure how we're even in this position.
I've read nearly the entire library.
Because opponent went down on cards so many times.
That tome is one of a kind.
Right? They went down on 3 cards, playing the 3 surgicals.
Think before you act.
And yet, we still haven't won yet. Ooh. That's a good card. They're digging for an interaction for the Tamio, Teferi here. Wow. I guess we Divine Purge. This is not a 3-mana card.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Like I said from last few videos ago, Juggernaut is blue-white's win condition. We actually have to attack the Tamio, right? Funny enough.
Perhaps not every battle can be won.
And then we attack with the Hull of the Storm Giant. So they have to block with the Psychic Frog on the hull here. Still, they take 5. Okay, never mind. They still have the chump. They still have the chump, so not in a good spot for opponent, for sure.
Respect the library. Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
Alright, GG's. How this one goes. I guess I bottomed the Teferi. Overgrown Tomb. A Yawgmoth, maybe? A Yawgmoth, maybe? Oh, it's a Scurio combo deck. I really wanted to lure in revealed here, but looks like we have to counterspell. I guess we're just scrying then. I mean, surveil. Another Scurry Oak. Alright. Might just draw 2 with the Archmage Charm so that I can Supreme Verdict. We'll see. So, whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature. Okay, I'm going to reprieve here. Actually. When it enters, creates a food token. Alright, we are not in a good place to be. We can't find our 4th land. And that is not where you want to be. Nice, okay, we found it. We found it. I think we have to do this, right? Actually, do we? We can just snap Caster Mage. Yeah, snap Caster Mage reprieve sounds pretty good. Or do we just want to counter this? I mean, surely, like, reprieve is better, right? Because we're drawing a card. And that means we can get to our lands, hopefully speaking. And there we go. I think I'm just going to Supreme Verdict here. Boom. Alright, they found their 4th land. Peregrine took into a Gilded Goose. If one or more token would be created under your control, those token plus an additional token are created instead. I mean, I can just do that again, I guess. Maybe I just do it again. We'll get rid of their black source, and then we'll Supreme Verdict. Oh, they actually play a basic swamp. Okay, Scurry Oak. Scurry Oak. It's not really going as well as I hoped. This is their 3rd Scurry Oak, thinking about it. It's kind of wild. Okay, halfling. Maybe I just start attacking now? Since I'm really like, you know, doing that much here. Boom. I'll just play the Tameo. We're tapped out.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
That's crazy. Wow. So they just had it like that, huh? 3 Scurry Oaks and 3 Rosie. Every single turn. They're gonna Court of Calling for Corpse Knight. I see, so we're dead. Alright, GG's opponent. That was a great hand. So, I think we want some Stern Scoldings this matchup. Seems like the Spell Snare is pretty bad. Most of their creatures are 3 mana cards. The Prismatic Ending was actually pretty useless because they didn't play any like 2 mana or 1 mana cards. I should have maybe potentially thought about that and grabbed a Breeding Pool with the Lore Revealed. Yep. I mean, this is decent. I cut an Narset. That was insane. That was insane. Probably a Kaleem. Maybe a Spell Snare. Yeah, so like essentially my opponent, all they did was just kept playing, you know, playing their infinite combo piece until I ran out of counter spells. So yeah. Drannith Magistrate, your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hand. Alright, sure. I think I'm gonna set up a Cameo here.
This is an interesting story.
Prosperous Innkeeper. Alright. Attack. Probably transform. And do I want to draw these lands? I guess I don't, right? Maybe the island. Actually, you know what? I'll just draw both of them.
Every plane has story. Respect the library.
Okay, that lands. Actually, do I? Maybe I just want to try to look for a board wipe, if that's the case. Okay, we're gonna grab a Breeding Pool. And shock that in.
Defenseless.
I'm telling you, they have it every time. They have it every time. I should have probably tapped that. It looks like this game is over.
Violence is not the answer.
Draw. Let me just draw our entire deck, please. Thank you.
I've nearly finished my research, and you will not stop me.
Did we draw any Teferis? No Teferis. Interesting. I believe this is another like combo piece. What about a Tishana's Tidebinder? The thing about the Tishana's Tidebinder is like I don't want to bring this against like decks that requires me to board wipe, you know? So I don't know. Also again, like look, 3 on a card, 3 on a card, 3 on a card, 3 on a card. Their deck is full of 3 on a cards. Which makes a Spell Snare I don't think worth it. But then again, like the Tishana can stall. I don't know. I think we just go. 5 lands. I can use the Otawara as a spell. Okay, we definitely need a removal spell for that Delighted Halfling now. This is bad. This is really bad. We might just lose the game here. Wow. So it's a collect a company? I'm guessing? If I Snapcaster Mage, they can just play collect the company and we lose the game. This is really bad. Oh, nice. Okay, so what does it say? Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast. Okay, so we have to count. We have to kill it beforehand. So we get rid of a Delighted Halfling. Gilded Goose. Yep, look at that, collect the company mana. Feel the Bruin. I think we have to shock this in. So we are going to counter spell. Maybe I should have Fragment Reality the Scurry Oak. And then we're going to Archmage Charm. No way. Alright, GG's opponent. Alright. I mean, that has to be a mulligan. No questions asked. Maybe? Maybe it could have actually been a counter spell as well. thinking about it. I regret it. Yeah, I kind of regret it. Maybe I should have done things differently. So this matchup's pretty hard, I will say. Halfling. I was just kind of thinking if I should even bother playing the Tamil here. Ooh, Elish Norn. Sure. Ooh. How greedy am I? How greedy am I? I guess I'm pretty greedy. Outcaster. That's it? Really? I think I'm just going to draw probably half the Spring Verdict here. Yeah. Unfortunate. So they have 5 mana. Ooh. There's a Kaleem in there. I could just tuck it. I could tuck it. Or what I can do is I can maybe see what they play. And then if they don't play any, like, you know, ETB creature, we can Kaleem, tap this down, things like that. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. That lands. Great Henge! Say what? Say what? Henge? Are you kidding me? Divine Purge? That's not gonna do anything. Okay, maybe I bounce this. And then I'm going to Fragment Reality the Elish Norn on my turn. I mean, on opponent's upkeep. So they got a Polukranos. Storm the Festival. We're one off lethal. We are one off lethal.
You know what? I'm not done.
Guess we're attacking. And just pass. So we can tap down like 2 creatures here. Maybe that was a reason to actually Divine Purge. Because they have a Nykthos, right? Kiora. So, I guess I can Auto-Aura. Bounce that.
Let's dive right into
So
battle.
even if they play the Polukranos here, they don't get that much mana, right? So they have 7 mana here.
Nature flows
Still not,
with
you know,
vigor.
I wouldn't say it's good, but okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I think we won. So they can go up to 11 mana, right? But we can get rid of both of these. I mean, not 11 mana. They can go up to 11 HP, right? With the Hinge. No, Hinge actually gives you only 2 life, so they're actually at 10, so they're... Oh, wow. Oh, thank God. I was like, if they actually had 10 mana there, that would have been crazy. Alright.
You need to slow down.
Next game. Oh man, I don't like this matchup at all, by the way. It's not a fun matchup. So they play Elish Norn? Do I even bring Tishana's Tiebinder for, like, Planeswalkers? Maybe Disruptor Flute is just better. Kaleem was a pretty good clock, though. But they do have a Karn to, like, exile the Kaleem. I think I'll just work with this. Maybe I cut Tamiyo instead. Let's try this out. Ooh, what is this? I might still have to keep it. Okay, that's not bad actually. Okay, we're gonna go Disruptor Flute on the Kiora immediately.
Thing's kind of a big deal.
Or I could leave up a Reprieve. I think I'm just gonna actually pass. Because maybe they don't have anything to do. I think I actually want to play the counter spell because I want to be able to leave up a counter spell and reprieve on turn 4, maybe. Because I have a Castle Ardenvale, right? Which means I'm not gonna have 4 blue at the same time. Okay, we're drawing very, very well. So now it gets a little bit tricky because now they're gonna have a lot more mana, so potentially they can play 2 cards per turn. So maybe I want to play this Disruptor Flute on the Kiora here. They are drawing a lot. So they don't have a 3-mana card. That's good to know. That is good to know. And we pass. So there's a Cavalier of Thorn. I really want to get rid of that Trailblazer somehow. I think I'm gonna actually get rid of this. Okay, so we have a Teferi. That's really good. So I think the obvious play here is play the Teferi plus and then leave up a counter spell.
Sorry I'm late. Hold that thought.
Okay, so now I think we want to just keep reprieving, right? Draw more cards, get ahead, things like that.
No time for a break.
Okay, Tamio, fantastic.
I stayed up too late reading. Again.
Honestly, I think we won. We have enough counter spells to go around, like, so that nothing sticks, you know? Yeah. Another Disruptor Flute.
Keep up the pace.
So I think with the next one, maybe I call Kiora again. Right? Yeah, maybe I call Kiora again. Because Karn, we just counter. In case they have, like, you know, a way to get rid of this Disruptor Flute, right? They play like 2 or 3 copies of Besager in the deck. There's that Karn. Another Karn. Okay, I got a bit punished.
I will defend my stop.
Got a bit punished there.
My preparations are nearly complete.
This is on cast, right? Got a bit punished there. I'm pretty sad about that, actually. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I do not feel pain.
We have to get rid of this Birds of Paradise right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. So now they're 2 off.
We need to move quickly.
Brain Surge. Did I play a land this turn? I hope not. Oh, I did.
I hope you don't
Feels
mind
bad.
my notes. I am not defenseless.
No! We're wide open!
I welcome all assistance.
Storm the Festival. I think we just, do we just ult?
Why do I love krakens?
So they got an Elish Norn.
Can't help myself.
We're drawing a lot. Maybe I should have just named Karn. Man. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Right, we just ult, right? And, we're going to Brain Surge.
Use the past to plan for the future.
We're gonna Brain Surge. Trigger 4 times. Tarn. This. That. And that. Okay, I've never ulted with Teferi until today.
And reconsider.
I have never ulted with Teferi. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that just goes to show how little I play these kind of decks. Also, by the way, Brain Surge? Actually insane. Actually insane in the deck. Another Karn. Sure. Another Karn. I mean, just might as well, right?
I have faced piece by piece. Our victory will come together. I must
So -1 for maybe a Pithing Needle. Maybe Pithing Needle. It's gonna be a Tormod's Crypt. Sure. Into land. Alright, opponent. Boom. Plus. I mean, like, isn't this just over? Isn't this just over?
You are acting unwisely.
Trust me. You'll thank me, mate. You know what? I'm not done.
Yeah, we just keep getting rid of opponent's lands. Land destruction, blue-white.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. I have just
Land Destruction blue-white. I will say this deck feels like the counter spell is a little bit like kind of a little bit light. Okay, it becomes a 2/2.
Dominaria's fate.
Thank you, opponent. Okay. Alright, so a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I believe it's my first time playing with the Fairy Hero of Dominaria. I think the last time I played this was all the way back to like War of the Sparks. Yeah, I don't play with the Teferi very much. And I'm actually glad that I got to see an ult. We got an ult off with the Hero of Dominaria with the Brain Surge. Like, how cool is that? Little bit of a blue-white action today. This is like, I think the most control it's going to get from me without really much win condition. I mean, I don't even say that when you're playing things like Kaleem. I think there's definitely people out there that would play these kind of decks without a Kaleem, without a Snapcaster Mage, and their entire win condition is to win off of a Teferi Hero of Dominaria and watching opponent mill out. I think compared to that, we're doing a slightly less, you know, degeneracy, I would say. I'm properly displaying a clock here with the Kaleem and Snapcaster Mage. So yeah, I think the deck was pretty cool. Funny enough, I felt that the counter spells were a little bit lacking. Is that too crazy? Like, we have 2 reprieves, 4 counter spells, Archmage Charm, and, you know, Cryptic Command. Maybe I kind of feel that way because we're playing reprieve. We're bouncing something back to their hand so that they can play it again. So maybe that's kind of the reason why I kind of feel that way. The Prismatic Ending was okay. Without the fetch lands, the Prismatic Ending just becomes infinitely worse. But we do play 2 copies of Lauren Revealed to get the Breeding Pool, so that we have the 3rd color for that. Mainly, I'm playing this card because this can get rid of a Transform the Tamio or Transform the Johnny. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Usually I don't play these kind of decks, but you know, Counterspell's unbanned recently, so I've been kind of jamming all these Counterspell decks in the format. I hope you guys don't mind. And to be fair, like, control decks have been really bad for a long time, so yeah, hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.